friends, and they were like, Ashley, don't be mean to him. He's a good person. I'm like, why the hell does everybody think I'm mean all the time? I am delightful.
Whew, Lord, I'm going to record you.
I am a nice person.
Listen, if I'm a bitch, at least I admit I'm a bitch. That's all I gotta say. I am not in self-denial.
Well, I'm not.
You're not.
No.
Okay. Whoo! Anybody who's listened back to this show, you might want to. I got proof. A year full of proof. Yeah. But anyway, so that is supposedly. Think to yourself, who comes? Well, let me think in a minute. Who comes to me? Who do you think comes to me? I don't like animals. It's not that I don't like animals. I like independent animals. I like animals that are on the line of being an asshole. I love animals like that. I like animals that are very loyal to me, but nobody else. That's what kind of animal I like. We had this cat one time. I loved her because she tried to fight anybody and everybody except me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if I can, I got to make, you know what I'm saying? I like loyalty.
Probably be a cat.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. I want some authority.
All they do is lay around and
big cat. Big cat. I want to be a big cat. I'm a tiger. I told you. I am a tiger. Ow. There we go.
Oh, there's actually a radio show online about paranormal
I
cats.
didn't listen. Don't tell nobody about this. We can't keep listeners.
This one shuts down. And this one sucks for you. Try this other lady I ain't never met.
No. God damn, don't listen to her. She looks like a devil. She's going to take her 2 listeners. God darn it.
Well, I mean, you got to get burnt out on talking about pets all the time. How many times?
Yeah, nobody want to listen to that garbage. We're
having
having
a show. You don't need to say that.
I know.
I always try to lend out a helping hand, man.
Listen, remember in the beginning I told you there was 4? It's the Avenel, it's Hillview Manor, it's Sophia. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. Anyway, there's 5 psychics.
Home for the Holiday.
Oh, yeah.
That's supposed to be Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. It says Sophia. Who's that? You know a lady named Sophia?
Maybe that's a cat.
Maybe. Anyway, and Home for the Holidays. We went to something last year, Home for the Holidays, and we thought it was really cool. I gotta tell you a little secret, people. When we were first new into the paranormal, I'm going to tell you a story, and I sound like an asshole, which, hey, it can happen. We were actually we were doing this big chat, and it used to be like, oh God, I don't know how many people that would join in on this chat, but our group would join in, and it was when Facebook had like a chat area, and it was just a bunch of us in there. I don't even know how the hell we did that really, but this was like years ago, and they would throw out questions, and this one girl who was very new into the paranormal, I mean, she had just became a member of, or tried to become a member of our group, was like, what about spirit animals? And it was so horrible, because it was like 3 or 4 of us that was in a side chat, giggling and talking about her, asking about spirit animals. Because we did not think that, I just didn't take it seriously. But as I've investigated over these years and years, I've realized there are damn spirit animals. I'm not shitting.
Damn it, where the hell were you? Because I, during that time, sat in on a lecture about spirits. She was a pet psychic.
This was before that.
Oh. Well, yeah,
this
I
was
sat
like
in on them. She was like, there's a big dog walking down the aisle. It was just animals walking down the aisle. She was saying, like, horses and stuff. It was really interesting. A lot of crying, and ain't none of my animals. They were like, thank the Lord I got away from her.
Well, when we went to the Home for the Holidays last year, it's a Susan Northrup, I think her name is.
Suzanne.
Okay, she comes down every year to this local radio
sold out
station.
This year. We didn't get to go.
Yeah, it sells out every year. We just happened to be on it last year. But anyway, she would say there's a big horse that just keeps running around here. Who the hell's got horses? So, it's kind of cool that these are still there. Now, I'm going to tell you what the Tibetans, what do you call them? Tibetans? Help me out, man.
I don't know what a Tibetan is.
Me neither. That's what I'm trying to figure it out. It's Asian culture. It's in the Chinese culture and stuff like that. Tibetan.
I don't know if it's
What would be their nationality?
The citizens of Tibet.
No, their culture.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Tibetanese. We gonna call them Tibetanese. I done made that up. Tibetanese. Tibetanese know what's happening. But anyway, some really cool. Yeah, that's what it was. A tiger. It says that I'm anger and unpredictable. I just saw the tiger. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not unpredictable, and I'm not angry. But anyway, what I was going to say is that, God, I can't find my little news in here. But what they were trying to say is that they believe that, okay, the Chinese occupations of Tibet, the people are so on top of believing that we are reincarnated into animals and all. You start small and you move on up, and eventually you get to a human as far as animals, and then you get to the angelic, you know. What they believed is they don't even want to step on a worm because they believe that's a soul. Now, what I don't understand is they say once you get enlightened on that worm part, maybe you're a good worm. I don't really know how you could not be a good worm. You eat and you shit and you dig in the ground. Once you do that and you're good to y'all worm buddies, you go to the next. And then you go to the next, and then you go to the next until you get to a human, and then you get to the other. But you've always got to do your job, and you've got to get enlightenment. Now, one thing that they believe, which is kind of weird.
Maybe it's like the simple thing of you appreciate life for a worm.
They say you're going on your path to enlightenment. Mm-hmm. But anyway, once you get to, like, say you have a cat or you have a dog, right? And so, the question is, why do some of them come back and some of them don't? And they were saying that they believe, some religions believe, that when, say, a cat dies, then its soul goes into, like, this all cats all merging together, and then another soul comes out and it goes into a cat body that's born or whatever, and it keeps going until you get to the point of enlightenment, until you understand your journey, until you grow, and then you go to the next level. Maybe that time you'd be a dog, a horse, I don't know. You're getting closer to human. So what they're believing is when we as humans give all this love and appreciation and things like that to these animals and treat them as humans, then they are able to break off and understand, yes, I am a cat, but their personalities come out, they're loving, this and that and the other. So then they get enlightenment, and then that is the chance for them to come back because they understand their soul. They understand their personality. They understand that they're individual.
But that's kind of egotistical to think that we have to show animals.
Well, no, it could
work.
be on their own. It could be on their own, but it's saying that because we're helping them on that journey. If we give them so much.
Fishes are just fucked. The fishes ain't never coming out.
You don't know that, man. If he understands and he does a good job, he poops, he eats the worms, he got it all together.
Them fishes ain't never gonna get out.
Who knows? Fish might think of fish things, man.
Damn, I don't know about all that. Then,
you don't think that they're in school? Hey.
Oh my God.
That's funny, wasn't it? Ooh, that's a quick wit, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, you know, some people consider that was the stupidest shit ever. Anyways, okay. You know, some people consider dolphins smarter than us, so would we revert back to a dolphin before we go to angelic?
Well,
area?
I believe it's moving on up. You know, I think that's the line. I don't know. I'm not no Tibetan monk. I'm not no Tibetan priest. That's just, I read the article. That's all I can tell you. Take it what you will.
That is so terrible.
But anyway, I thought it was kind of cool how they would say, okay, because they understand and they're spiritual and stuff. Now, the thing that I want to talk to y'all about this, though, is this some crazy shit. I thought that there would be one or two accounts of animals and stuff. But it isn't, man. But
hold on, let me tell my quick little story. It's about 5 psychic animals.
By the way, hold on. I do want to tell you this. It's also Greek philosophers who believe in this. It's called psychosis. I don't believe that's right, but that's what they call it. And that's when they eventually go to a higher reward and stuff.
Well, there's 5 psychic animals that predict the World Cup winners. For one, if you think about it, we consistently think there's animal psychics anyways, because we have Groundhog Day, where we think a groundhog can predict what weather's coming. So we've always kind of, looked into that kind of thing of psychic animals. Now, there's one that's Paw the Octopus.
Oh, my. Right there, you lost me.
Now, Paul is an extraordinary psychic abilities that made him an international star in the 2010 World Cup. He died.
You remember about him? Because I never heard about that damn octopus.
I don't watch soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Animal oracles around the world have been taken to the man's on predicting the world winners. Okay, another one is Nellie the elephant. She supposedly can, and she kicks her soccer ball. She makes her selection by kicking a soccer ball.
Hold on, are these just soccer prediction? I'm asking.
Moment, yes.
No,
there's other ones. This is just an article on just soccer. Maybe there's some sports fans out there. Okay.
No, I'm saying, is this the only sport the animals predict? If so, maybe they should go to something else.
No, there's all kinds of them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I didn't look it up, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, so she makes her selection by kicking a ball into the goal at her home in Sargentini Park in Hanover, Germany. Anyway, she predicted correctly that the U.S. would defeat Ghana in their opening match. Flopsy the kangaroos, an adorable marsupial at Australia Zoo, picks the winner by selecting the food from one of the two bowls marked with the national flags. Another one, a camel sits in Dubai desert between the flags of two competing teams and selects the winner by biting or nudging one of the flags.
These are all soccer still?
Yep. There is Madame Shiva, the guinea pig.
Oh, God.
She actually can, she makes her forecast by shitting at one end of the pitch. So she poos on which side she thinks is going to win.
What's the rate of the reliability on these predictions?
Well, we're determining shit, and if a damn elephant kicks a ball and what do you think, Sissy?
I'm just asking.
This is just shit for giggles. I'm not saying go out there and bet your whole damn life savings on which side of rattle shit.
I'm saying if you're bringing it to the table, can I get some?
You just said you were a butterfly, a tiger, and a hummingbird. You're gonna criticize me for talking about real people. They got a big head, 25-year-old male sea turtle that predicts it as well.
And that's soccer.
He eats. He draws by eating the fish attached to a ball. That's how he predicts. Yes.
And you don't have any...
Listen, soccer people aren't... In America, soccer people are weird anyways. I played soccer for a while and just...
So what we're saying here is there is no percentage of accuracy. That's all I'm asking. Answer the question, yes or no, Ashley.
I don't know because I don't watch soccer. One day, the sun shines on the dog's ass every once in a while.
Well, get me a soccer ball, tape that shit, and say there's an elephant kicking one around here and let's make some money. God darn. Oh, my Lord. All right, so what started me on remembering some of our cases that we were on, that we actually might have come across a cat, most likely it's a cat, is when I started reading this one article and they start saying eyewitnesses' accounts are too numerous to list here, but the most common are cats jumping onto the bed with their former owners laying down next to them, walking across their legs. Now, this automatically made me think of Rachel, right?
Yeah.
Now, this one I think is kind of dirty, though, because we went to this location. I'll tell you where it's at. It's Old South, and this is before the owners that are there now. Well, the owners are there, but the caretakers are there. And they took us aside when we first went in, and they said, do you remember this, Ashley? Oh. They took us aside when we first started, and they said that they were like, you know, we have a cat who is actually, walking around and stuff like that. So we were like, okay, whatever. There's a cat that's walking around, blah, 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 you know? And we really didn't think about it. So that night, I couldn't sleep, and anybody who's been to Old South probably knows why. I mean, it is really unnerving there and stuff, and I knew exactly where if there was a spirit, it would be, and it stared all night long. The freaky thing is, when I woke up the next morning, I did fall asleep for 2 hours, and our roommate, or our, not roommate, but one of our teammates literally was standing there staring at me from this location. I was like, oh, God, you're going to kill me. I mean, that scared the shit out of me. I just thought it was kind of weird, and that's a whole different story in itself. But